U.S. vice presidential nominees Tim Kaine and Mike Pence have just finished their head-to-head debate in Farmville, Virginia. The debate covered everything from terrorism, the economy, race relations, and immigration. The nominees argued about Hillary Clinton's use of private email server when she was Secretary of State. They also argued about Donald Trump referring to Mexicans as rapists and criminals. How to get rid of ISIL was also discussed. Let's go live now to Kristen Salumi, who's in Farmville for us. Kristen, this debate seemed to be more policy-orientated, as some might say. How do you think these two candidates stacked up?
Well, I think it was a very spirited debate and very substantive. I do agree on that count. Not a lot of surprises, so not clear if the candidates were able to move any voters, but it was a chance for them to introduce themselves to the American voter, many of whom are not really familiar with these candidates. Even though they've been campaigning for several months, they've been a bit overshadowed by their high-profile and controversial running mates who were a big part of the discussions tonight as well. But let's talk a little more about how they did in keeping to the facts. I'm joined now by the managing editor of Factcheck.org, Lori Robertson. Thank you so much for joining us. Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, both been guilty of stretching the truth in this campaign. How did these vice presidential candidates do?
Well, you know, I was hoping selfishly that maybe they would stay a little closer to the truth, but we flagged a lot of claims, some things that we've written about before and some new stuff that we'll be looking into tonight.
Interesting. So let's talk about some of the specifics. I know Mike Pence was attacking Hillary Clinton's foundation, and you know, the Republicans are bringing up a lot of questions about influence peddling and the fact that she was taking money from leaders that she was dealing with at the State Department. But he said that the Clinton Foundation was only giving 10% of its money to charity. Let's listen to that soundbite.
Less than 10 cents on the dollar, the Clinton Foundation has gone to charitable causes.
90%.
It has been a platform for the Clintons to travel the world, to have staff. But honestly, Senator, we would know a lot more about it if Hillary Clinton would just turn over the 33,000 emails that she refused to turn over.
So he criticized her also about her emails there, but that 10% figure is strikingly low.
Yes.
Is that accurate?
No, it's not. What that's a reference to is the percentage of funds that the Clinton Foundation gives to outside groups, but the Clinton Foundation does most of its charitable work in-house. There's actually an independent philanthropic watchdog organization that determined 89% of its funds go to charitable works.
Okay. Another big issue tonight, the economy. Tim Kaine said repeatedly that Trump has said that wages are too high. Let's listen to that soundbite as well.
The Trump plan is a different plan. It's a you're fired plan, and there's two key elements to it. First, Donald Trump said wages are too high. And both Donald Trump and Mike Pence think we ought to eliminate the federal minimum wage. Mike Pence, when he was in Congress, voted against raising the minimum wage above $5.15, and he has been a one-man bulwark against minimum wage increases in Indiana. The second component of the plan is massive tax breaks for the very top.
Okay, so 10%, sorry, wages are too high. Did he actually say that?
Well, he said the words wages too high in a debate, in a primary debate, but he was talking about a $15 federal minimum wage being too high. He wasn't talking about wages overall being too high. And this has been a Democratic talking point since the convention this summer. We've heard Clinton use it and Kaine and a couple of speakers at the convention as well. But if you go back and look at what Trump said, and he was even asked about it 2 days later, clarified he was talking about a $15 minimum wage being too high.
Okay, interesting. Also on the economy, Mike Pence took credit for cutting unemployment in his state, cutting it in half, while Tim Kaine, he said, the unemployment doubled. accurate?
Sure. Well, it's accurate, but it's an apples to oranges comparison. So Tim Kaine was governor of Virginia from 2006 to 2010, time of the Great Recession. Yeah, unemployment went up in his state during that time, but it went up in every state. Pence has been governor of Indiana since 2013. Unemployment has gone down, but it's gone down in all but one state in that time period.
Okay, great to have you keeping these candidates honest, or at least attempting to. It's a difficult job. Vice presidential debates are not known for moving the needle. Hillary Clinton had momentum this week coming off of the presidential debates. She was inching up in the polls. We'll have to wait in the next couple of days to see how the voters have reacted when the new polls come out and whether or not these candidates were able to make a difference.
Okay, Chris and Salumi, thanks very much indeed. We'll leave it there for now. Cheers.